The following program is rated TVMA. What you are about to watch contains explicit language, adult themes, violence, and may not be suitable for viewers under 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Welcome to another episode of What the NUTZ. I'm your host, the Blue Collar Joe, and this is the podcast where I talk about all the things that drive me nuts. So, let's jump right into this shit. Okay, so this week, we're going to talk a little bit about a little old lady who won a jackpot, but didn't win a jackpot. We'll go into the details. In Georgia, there was a unique police chase. And then we'll talk a little bit about this jerky who was driving while on suspended on court. So we'll talk about that guy. And then found this dating site this in Vietnam. We'll see how that goes. We'll check that out. And then in Russia, people are doing weird things in grocery stores to get paid. And then of course there's the world record of the most poo, the largest collection of poo. All right. Before we get into any of that, I want to talk to you guys. You know, me to you. All right. It's big news. Donald Trump got convicted last week. I'm still on the fence about it. I don't know. It's 34 counts of what was it? Election fraud or trying to how did they put it? I forget how they put it. Influencing. That's what it was. Oh, hey, isn't that what fucking people do on YouTube? That's right. Influencing, right? So, I'm thinking that a lot of different politicians and people influence. They do influence. You know, hey, you do this for me, I'll do that for you. You do this for me, I'll do that for you. Now, this dirtbag Michael Cohen, there's no telling if Trump even knew anything that he was doing. From what it looks like, from what I've seen, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen much because they weren't able to show us much. But you send a big company a fucking bill and they pay the fucking bill. You know? And the accountant writes it down as a bill. As a bill paid. But anyways, let's get away from that. Let's find out what's going to happen. Okay, so on July 11th, he's supposed to be sentenced. Now, for those of you who are like, yeah, we got rid of Trump. Guess what? It doesn't knock him out of the race. Even if he goes to prison, it doesn't knock him out of the race. Because there's nothing in the Constitution that says that he can't run for president. But if he goes to prison, he won't be able to vote for himself. I mean, that's the only downside. But that's where, you know, the American people will have to decide who they want to be their president. Let's see here. I mean, so here's what's happened. Like this conviction has really motivated his base, and he has raised a substantial amount of money for his campaign. Now, we all know that Trump, during this whole thing, was saying that the crooked judge and crooked DA and all this, because they're both Democrats. I think just because Bragg said that he was gonna prosecute Trump, that makes him that makes him biased right there. So let's see here what it means for the election. All right, we already talked about that. Okay, so right now his legal team is like they're all fucking they're all getting together and they're writing briefs and they're doing, they're filing petitions and they're getting ready to jump into the appellate court because they're going to appeal this. And there's a good chance that this will be won on appeal. I mean, there is a lot of procedural errors. There was a lot of things that went down in the courtroom, like the judge not allowing certain people to testify. But he allowed people to testify about Trump, about how, what a criminal Trump is and all the bad things that Trump does and whatnot. So, but he didn't allow them to bring up federal employees that could contradict what this guy's, this Alvin Bragg guy. This guy, I mean, from what it looks like, it looks to me like, from my perspective. Now, I'm from the middle of the country. You guys know I'm from Oklahoma. I'm in the middle of the heartland, and from the way it looks to me, is this guy's just trying to make a name for himself. This judge trying to make a name for himself. Like they didn't want to do a change of venue. They didn't want to do. They didn't want to allow certain people to testify. But they're letting this guy, what is it, state? He's a state prosecutor. He's not a federal prosecutor. He's a state prosecutor, right? So being that he's a state prosecutor, he has no jurisdiction over any federal laws. He can't even interpret federal law. It's a miscarriage of justice right there, that he would try and I don't know, rewrite the law to fit his narrative. I don't know. Anyways, that's enough on Trump. Let's move on. All right. Let's move on. We're gonna go and let's see here. We're gonna jump into this story about this old lady in New Jersey. Okay, this senior lady, she's 72. She's 72 years old, right? And like most older people, she enjoys going to the casino, right? And playing the slots, Right? So she's playing the what is the Wheel of Fortune? You guys have seen it. I mean, if you've been to a casino, you've seen it, right? The Wheel of Fortune, you know, you spin and you know, the Pat Sajak says all kinds of cool stuff. And anyways, so she drops $100 in this machine, right? She drops $100 in this machine. And let's see, what's the exact total? It was like 1.2. Yeah, almost 1.3 million. All right. And then there was a doubler, like a double something, like it spun and spun and spun until a double came out. Right? So it doubled it to 2.5 million, right? So she's like, "Oh my God, I hit the jackpot. I hit the jackpot." People are starting to fucking crowd her in, right? Right? Then the security from the casino comes. Okay. And they're like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. There's $2.5 million right?" So they open the machine, right? And they're like, "Oh, well, it's it malfunctioned. The machine malfunctioned." No, motherfucker. If the machine malfunctioned, then you should have been like, those machines. Okay, those machines are not like, they're highly regulated. Okay, they're highly maintained. And yeah, on the rare occasion they have a malfunction, but usually it doesn't result in a jackpot, right? Okay, so with that said, she goes to cash her fucking ticket in, right? She's got her ticket for $2.5 million. Okay, and they tell her no. We're not gonna honor this ticket because it was a what they call a real tilt, right? Which voided her win. So now apparently when the casino worker came, they opened the machine and they did some stuff inside the machine. And she thinks it was kind of hinky how they opened the machine and that she got this, you know, that they said, "Oh, well, you didn't win." So, just so you know, a little background. This particular machine, not this machine, but another Wheel of Fortune machine had malfunctioned in a casino in New Orleans. Okay. Now, I'm purposely not giving you the name of these casinos because I don't want to badmouth these casinos, because I don't really think it was the casinos. Apparently, the person or the entity that let's see here. It says right here, IGT is the that manufactures and manages the machines. Okay, so IGT is the manufacturer and they maintain the machine. So here's what the casino does, right? The casino does, hey, you know what? We're not gonna honor this 2.5 million, but we'll give you $350. Now this little lady was like, You can take your $350 and shove it up your ass. I won $2.5 million in this establishment, and you need to pay me. So the casino threw her out and banned her from the casino. So needless to say, she didn't just didn't go to get an attorney, but she got an attorney. They're filing a lawsuit, and what happened in that casino in New Orleans is IGT got sued, and IGT also had to pay out the the $1.3 million jackpot that somebody else won on the same exact machine that apparently malfunctioned. Interesting, huh? Makes you say, what the nuts? Like, these people are fucking horrible. These casino people are horrible. That's right. All right, so let's move on. We're going to move on here. Let's move on. We are going to go to Georgia and Gwinnett County, to be exact. Gwinnett County. All right, so this is something that I thought was kind of interesting. I kind of glanced over this because the picture is worth 1,000 words. So apparently, this gentleman who's an ex-employee of Gwinnett County, of Waste Management, of a Waste Management in Norcross, okay, led law enforcement on a slow speed pursuit because guess what? They can only do like 45 miles an hour. These fucking loaders. These loaders can't go very fast. So it was Saturday morning. Police were alerted to somebody on the property of Waste Management, despite attempts from officers and current employees to halt this individual. He drove the heavy construction vehicle off the premises and onto the public roads. Now, this, you gotta understand, this loader is huge. It's bigger than an 18-wheeler. All right. So he took him on a freaking hey. So apparently this was like, I guess, in some movie. Like I don't know. I don't remember a movie where they fucking, except for Home Alone. Home Alone, I seen the kid ran a front end loader. But so this guy, right? They had to get another loader to stop this dude. And they flipped it over on its side. They took this guy to jail for theft and reckless driving. That's it. Theft and reckless driving. Oh, shit. He was terminated. He engaged in similar behavior before the incident. Oh, so this fool was just fucking stealing from the company. All right. So let me describe. These are two Volvo loaders, front end loaders. Those of you that are familiar with the front end loader, so one of them, it shows it on its side, kind of like, like that, and looks to me like, they got one of the other workers to chase him down, and because this loader can move a car, this loader can pick up a car, no problem. So, all right, let's move on. Let's move on. Oh, here we go. This fucking jerkhead. This fucking dipshit. So this dipshit, this is Corey Harris, 44, right? Had court, right? Had a I had a doctor's appointment on the same day that he has court, right? So he answers the Zoom call, right? And he answers the Zoom call, but this fuckhead is behind the wheel. And like I've seen the video, you can see that he's behind the wheel. Like he's driving and he's got his phone down like in the cup holder, kind of pointed towards him. It's like, hey, dummy. Now the judge asks him, hey, Mr. Harris, are you driving? Yeah. I'm pulling into my doctor's office actually. So just give me a second. I'm parking right now is what he replies. So the judge goes, maybe I don't understand something. This is a driver with a license suspended. Harris's attorney confirmed the charge and he was just driving, the judge says. Then they conferred off Zoom, and then the attorney goes, "Yep, this is right. This is correct. He's driving without a license. I don't know why he would do that." The funny thing is, so if you watch the whole video, the judge tells him, "All right, you got to turn yourself in. Your bond is revoked." That means you don't get your money back on the bond. You know, I think that's what it means. Your shit gets fucking taken. I mean, how stupid can you be? I mean, the world's dumbest criminal right here. He's like, yeah, so I can't drive, but I'm going to fucking drive anyways. Well, in my opinion, licenses are unconstitutional. The only people that should have licenses are people who are driving for commerce. But hey, that's what the Constitution says. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a fucking dummy. All right, let's move on. So blind dating cafe sparks controversy in one-way window. One-way window. So I read this story. This is in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, right? And it's a blind dating cafe, right? Blind dating, right? Like, okay, you guys are on a blind date. It doesn't mean that you're blind. I mean, this is a new take on blind dating right here. This is a new take on blind dating. So on June 1st, Blind Dating Cafe went viral for a controversial reason. According to multiple reports, the cafe featured 2 different rooms for men and women, separated by a glass wall. The controversy lies in the fact that the wall is advertised as a mirror when in reality it is only a mirror from the women's side. The men's side is dark and they can clearly see the person on the other side. Basically, the blind date part is only valid for the women, as the men can freely admire their potential partners. Okay, so if you got yourself a butterface, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, hey, this has been a great date. I will catch you next time. Oh, shit. That's fucking hilarious. That's funny. And I can see the point, right? But like, in Vietnam, that's not, I don't know. I guess that would be acceptable. I don't know. I don't know many Vietnamese people like from Vietnam. Okay. I don't know. It's not really blind dating. I mean, I guess for her it is, but he's not blind dating. But I think it could go both ways, right? Like you can opt to be like, hey, yeah, I'll sit in the I'll sit in the part that has the mirror, whatever. I don't know. I'm dumb. All right, let's go on to Russia. Check this shit out. This is fucking I don't I don't know. I don't know what to think about this, all right? So So, an owner of a supermarket chain announced that he would be paying 1 million rubles to each person proven to have gotten food poisoning from the store's product. Right? Okay. It's like, hey, slow kid, you do know there's a bunch of criminals out there, right? And we're going to use this as a opportunity to get rich, right? All right. So, let's see here. Oh, so they got. So they had gotten in trouble. All right, for selling products that were like out of date and stuff. And it landed 18 people in a hospital for food poisoning. So several food suppliers stop having their products like sold in that store. That's crazy. Okay, so 1 million rubles is only $11,000 American. So you kind of put that in perspective. It's like, yeah, I'll give you 1 million rubles. It's like, that's what I make in a year. Some people, I don't know. But yeah, so they're like, I guess some people, like, after he said this, people were going into his stores and getting the eggs, right? They're getting the eggs and they're like, oh, well, we'll just lick a chicken's ass and we'll get sick off of the eggs. Fucking dummies. I can't believe it. All right, and our final story for this episode is Arizona. We're going to Arizona. Dinosaur poop collection. Guinness World Record. Dinosaur poop collection is in Arizona. It's let's see here. It's a pooseum. Okay, so the owner is now showing off his collection of dino poop and other ancient waste. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So they got a picture of him and he's holding up two poops. Two different ones. Oh my God. Let's see here. His collection is 8,000 pieces. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy right there. It's like, hey. Hey guys. You guys want to go down to the poop museum? Let's check this fucking place out. Like, I'm really fascinated with poop right now. All right. Oh, that's our show. That's our show. I'm gonna go ahead and fucking finish off with our segment. The segment,
You need Jesus!
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
You two motherfuckers need Jesus.
Holy Jesus. All right, so this is our segment. Shit Trump says. Shit Trump says. All right, so we're taking it out of this book. Shit Trump says. They've got a new book. Biden says. I'm getting it as soon as it comes out. Soon as it fresh off the presses, I'm getting that shit. We're gonna be fucking reading that shit, fucking on the show here. But this one is from The Art of the Comeback in 1997, and I thought this was appropriate, providing what has happened to Trump in the past couple weeks. It says, "For a man to be successful, he needs support at home. Just like my father had support from my mother, not someone who is always griping and bitching." I mean, I can agree with that. Who wants to fucking be motivated by someone who is griping and bitching all the time? All right, so that's our show. Thank you for spending the time listening to us. Don't forget to rate, hit that subscribe button, follow us, whatever, wherever you're at, follow, subscribe, go check out our other socials. Just look for the Blue Collar Joe. What else? There's one other thing, isn't there? You can go to my website, whatthenuts.com. You can go to my website, whatthenuts.com, and check that out. You can see old episodes, new episodes. And you can even contact me. You can send me an email through there. All right. You guys have a super fine one. And we're gone like a fart in the wind.
I heard you've been looking for me, bitch. Here I go. I heard you've been looking for me, bitch. Here I go. I hear that you're looking for me, bitch. Here I go.